Warning, this podcast, website, and associated social media accounts are intended for audiences of legal drinking age. We do not advocate overconsumption or the abuse of alcohol. Never drink and drive, drink responsibly. And please remember to always take what we say with a grain of salt. After all, we are just some dudes with some brews.
We started out by crawling out from under the thumb of the man. The lovers of God with dad bods, just trying to feed our fam. Go sit right there and grab a beer, you know just what to do. Throw it back, get hammered, and listen to Dudes and Brews. I would say Kill Bill. Arm get cut off and blood
Oh,
flies.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that specifically.
I enjoyed the
because
Kill Bill
it's
volumes.
The amount of blood is what makes
Yeah.
it so like silly and kind of fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
especially in Volume 1 when they're in that like they got the crazy 88s playing
Yeah.
and they're just
That's exactly
murdering
what
each
we're
other.
talking about with
Yeah.
the dismemberment.
Yeah.
Is the crazy 88 scene.
Yeah.
That movie is what made me like see who Quentin Tarantino was and like his
Yes.
stuff.
Oh, really?
Do you know
'Cause it
what-
was so over the top.
Do you know
I
what
love
put
it.
I was like,
Quentin
this is great.
Tarantino on the map for me was like the Dust Till Dawn series, and then
The series,
or the not the series. I'm sorry,
the first movie?
the films. Yeah,
because I think they had a series.
yeah,
right?
1 and 2,
They
right?
did at least 2.
Yeah, Dust Till Dawn 1 and
I
2
don't
kind of.
think he directed those. Though.
He
I think
didn't-
He just acted in them.
But he also,
Oh.
I think he wrote the first one, but
That
he
may
did
be right.
direct
I think
it.
Robert
Okay.
Rodriguez directed it.
And then
Yeah.
there was some other. I can't remember the names right off the top of my head, but he's done some crazy work.
Yeah,
Man,
he.
From Dusk Till Dawn. That's a good one.
Yeah, yeah. It just kind of put him on the map for me. I was like, man, this stuff is wicked, dude. But you can kind of get in his head on it.
Yeah.
You get in
Uh-huh.
Quentin Tarantino's mind.
I'm looking to see.
I bet he wrote it.
Let's see.
I was thinking he did. I was a huge Clooney fan too back
Ryder,
in the day.
yeah.
Yeah.
He wrote the screenplay.
Oh,
Yeah.
right on.
I knew Robert
We had
Rodriguez.
Natural Born Killers.
Yeah.
Robert Rodriguez is a great director too.
He does wild stuff.
Okay.
He did I think not Death Proof but the other one.
Yeah, with the machine gun leg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
Planet Terror. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
He did.
He also did Spy Kids.
which is so weird.
It's not when you watch it though. It's kind of like. Have you guys ever seen Evil Dead?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
one of my. I
Okay,
love that
so
movie.
you know Evil Dead movies. That guy Raimi, I think is his name, that does it. It's like really fast paced and weird. Now go and watch Spider-Man 2
Okay.
with the tentacles. He did that movie too.
No way.
And you can see it. It's a lot like it.
Huh.
Like with the way the tentacles think, it's like a lot of Army of the Dead type stuff where it's super fast paced, moves from one scene to the next real fast.
so even though the
Yeah.
writing may not be the same, you know that it's
the
him because of
directing,
the directing.
you feel it.
Yeah.
And
'Cause,
whenever I found out about that, I was like, it makes sense that he did the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, I did not
Who
know
was
that.
who was the director behind the Justice League? You weren't really crazy about him.
I know you're talking about
Yes, it was his films.
Zack Snyder?
Zack Snyder. It was Zack Snyder that kind of really made me start focusing on the producers and the writers. And I was like, man, I really like his stuff. I don't know why. It's just-
he was the director. That was more of a
I'm
director
sorry, yeah,
thing.
director.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he just started 300 and The Watchmen. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The director has a big role because you can write a perfect story
Yeah.
and then it can get screwed up.
Oh yeah.
You know, whenever you like think, oh, these actors are really bad acted, a lot of times I want to blame the director. You know what I mean?
Probably. They
And
have
that's
a
why I
big
feel like somebody
responsibility.
like Nick Cage, Nicholas.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
wanna say
Nicolas
Nick, like
Cage.
we were friends or something.
Dude, we
Yeah,
are.
if you shorten it up.
yeah. Oh, Nicky boy.
Yeah.
Nick Cage.
Nick
he
and
gets
them.
such a bad rap, but I'm like, is he not probably? Is he just a good employee where he just does what he's told and
I feel
just
like
signs up for stupid movies?
That's probably
and does
his
whatever
MO.
the director tells him to do,
Right?
Because he can act pretty good,
Yeah.
but he sucks.
No,
I know. At the same time, I know exactly what you
See,
mean. He's put out some good work. But
He does.
He's not
he just does
great
what he's
overall.
told. He's like a good employee.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know that he's not great. I think that he just does some weird work.
Okay.
He just
Like the work's not great. He does a good job in the role. It's just the story kind of sucks.
And what I mean by a good employee
That's
is
fair.
like you have actors who directors hate to work with because they're good actors because they have their own vision. But a director and an actor's vision kind of collide sometimes.
I can
And the
see
director's
that.
like, no, this is my vision, and then the actor's like, well, this is my vision for the character.
Right.
I feel like Nick Cage just submits to the director. It's a theory.
It's a good theory, though.
Yeah, it's just a theory, but I think directors probably love having him on set, but it's trash when it comes out.
Dang.
He's a yes man, I feel like, when it comes down to it.
You gotta push back a little bit.
Well, I know what you mean about vision wise, like because it's an art. When I think of like a tattoo artist, if I have something in mind and I take it to him, he's like, let me just freestyle it. You know, I don't want to go off of what necessarily you show me. I'll just go off of what you tell me and then kind of put my own spin on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe a director would have a big role in that too, like a tattoo artist kind of.
Yeah.
Behind a picture.
It's kind of like if you, as the person wanting to get the tattoo, go in there as the actor who already knows everything, and you're like, no, this is exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Then
I've been there and I felt so bad.
What, really?
So like most of my tattoos, I've gone in and been like, hey, this is the idea that I want, and he draws something up.
It's kind of what happens with it.
So cool.
Yeah.
No big deal. That's what I want. I want you to use your artistic powers or whatever you want to call it, and I want
powers. Yeah.
Well,
Your skills.
your I want you to use your own creativity and come up with something. I'm just going to give you an idea.
Yeah.
But I went in to get the Toadies tattoo and said, when I texted him, I said, hey, I want to get a seraphim just like this. And I sent him a picture. And when I came in, he had like all different kinds of ideas that he wanted to do with seraphims.
Okay.
And I'm like, these are really cool, but man, I need it to look just like this album.
Yeah.
I need you to like copy this and put it on my leg.
I think that was one circumstance, though. The one time you wanted it to look exactly how it was on the album.
But
cover.
it made me feel bad because he was like so excited to do like seraphims and stuff. He's like, I like this kind of art. And I'm like, man, I feel bad. I'm crushing your dreams right now.
Yeah. I know, like, if I rely on the artist to do kind of paint his own picture, it can go sideways real quick. Like, I feel like,
well, because you're the judge of the art.
I'm a judge of the art.
You know
and
what I mean?
have
They're
in
not.
my
He's
mind,
not. Imagine if he's like saying, "All right, I'm taking your art and I'm going to make it for the masses that everybody's going to look at it and they're going to think it's awesome." But you're like, "But I already had an idea. I want what I want."
I get nervous behind it. Like, I know, kind of, on the inside of the arm, I had something in mind that I wanted. And he's like, "No, man, I'm just going to freestyle it." And I just felt like it was going sideways real quick.
No.
So I kind of bailed early on that one.
Gotta
but
have a lot of trust in those guys.
you do got to trust them, man. You got to trust your tattoo artist.
Right.
Yeah.
And a director behind a film. Yeah.
Circling back to the
Circling
director.
back.
So let's go ahead and
got?
pour this beer before it gets warm.
man.
You want to pour us up, Larry?
Yeah.
Since you're good at splitting this stuff.
Absolutely.
And I'll tell you this. So a couple of weeks ago, actually may have been a little bit longer than that now, but I went up to Celestial. That's why I have these beers here.
Okay.
Went up there and man, they do some fun activities for like launches and stuff.
Oh, do they?
So like for this, while I was there, they did a thing for a beer called Rocket Launch, I think is what it was called.
Okay.
And basically what it was a beer that was using, I think, Galaxy hops. And they basically made a bunch of...
Yeah, right on, man.
They basically made a bunch of like homemade rockets and shot them off. When I say homemade rockets, I mean like stuff that you would do at like a science fair in school.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So like they had little ones where like kids just jump on them and it shoots it up. A guy did one that was pressure, so he pumped it up with a bicycle pump and it shot off. And then one of the guys did like a baking soda.
Yep, vinegar and
like
baking soda.
Vinegar and baking soda. So here's a little video here.
Mentos.
So I was there. It was cool. This was some of the hops, and they put hops in it because when they originally did this beer a while back, they actually have a buddy of theirs, and they shot some of those hops that they were going to use on the beer itself into space, like right to the stratosphere.
Wait, what?
That's the. I mean,
Their
like,
goal was to shoot a
No,
hop
no, no.
into space?
That's what they did when they brewed this beer the first time. They had like a buddy of theirs that shot a rocket off, a real rocket.
Yeah.
And they got it like right to like the Earth's atmosphere.
Really?
And then this
That's a
time they were trying to do
credible
something
rocket.
just fun. I don't know. They had like a friend that's an aerospace engineer or something. I don't
So
know.
did it never come down? It just seriously floated into...
I don't know. From what I
Earth's
understood,
orbit?
it just like you know how you've seen those guys do like
question.
weather balloons and like
Yeah,
jump
I've
off
seen
where
'em.
they're like really close to the like the edge of the atmosphere. That's the way that I
And, like,
understood.
parachute
Okay.
down.
So it didn't like get out, but it got like super close.
Okay.
That's
Which is cool. It's
intense.
cool in its own right.
No, that's super cool.
But so this was their homemade kind of like,
This
hey,
is-
let's do it here at the place kind of thing.
I love it. So one of my favorite pastimes as a kid growing up in Richardson was going to MJ Designs. They had little rocket kits.
I know. I always
Do
wanted
you
one.
remember? Do you guys remember the little rocket
I always
kits?
wanted one, but I never had one.
Man, I would go up there and just, I'd find anything and everything that they were selling as far as rocket kits. Yeah, see if you can find that.
Well,
Did
what
you,
is it
you
called?
had them? You would actually buy them
Yeah,
and shoot them?
go up there and shoot them on the 50-yard line at the stadium that was close to.
Wasn't it like a...
where I live.
I
Were
never
they
understood
rockets?
this, but I think, are they one shot? Like you shoot them one time, or do you get
one
to
shot?
redo?
Yeah, it had like a little M80 inside of it, or, and you just kind of light the fuse, and there it went. Or I don't know if it was an
Really?
M80, but it was
What?
yeah.
What brand was it?
Right, look at that Amazon, that one right there.
Yeah,
that's,
one right there.
That's some stuff
That's-
they would sell right there.
When I was a kid, I
okay.
dreamed of doing this.
Yeah, dude, they were amazing.
Man, yeah, I never did this. The closest thing we did was we called them water rockets when I was in school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, it was this contraption that held a 2-liter bottle down. You fill it up with a little bit of water. You pump it full of air as high as you can, and then you pull these strings. The strings are probably 6 feet away from it. You pull it, and it opens it up, and it basically lets the pressure off and lets the rocket shoot.
They had one of those
Yeah, I
at
was gonna say, it
Celestial.
looked like that's what
I
they
saw
had.
one.
So
Yeah.
it's,
on
it's
site.
similar to that. They just didn't have something to hold it down, so it
Uh-huh.
didn't get as much pressure. Because these things, I swear, they went 200 feet in the air.
Wow.
That's cool, man.
Like if you could get enough pressure in it,
Yeah.
yeah, you can get those things going.
You're
because
over there
even
like
then-
using 2-liter bottles. He's over here
Yeah.
buying the high end stuff.
Right.
I didn't know. Like I just that man, it was just the thing to do. I'd go up there any chance I got. and,
That's
like,
what's up,
and
though, man.
shoot
Nice,
these
man.
rockets out.
You lived my childhood dream with
Gosh,
these
I had
rockets.
no-
I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
why I wanted one so
They
bad.
were so neat, man.
Because you wanted to blow stuff up.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Well, and it was kind of you got to build it, right? So you got to it came in a kit. You got to build the rocket. So you invested all this time and effort into building the rocket, and then you got to go just launch it. It was so neat, man. It was
Oh, dude,
really
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I would have been able to.
They have them at
do
Hobby
that.
Lobby.
Hobby Lobby. Yeah, I think MJ Designs was like a Hobby Lobby in
Well,
Dallas.
I'm thinking I need to buy one.
Yeah.
You've got land. We need to go shoot them
Yeah,
up.
bring them out.
Let's do it.
Heck yeah,
So,
bring some Celestial beer with you too.
Here we got
Yeah, right.
Lunar.
yeah,
It's a double IPA brewed with Citra and Vic Secret hops.
Okay.
I've never heard of Vic Secret.
It's
I
a
definitely
secret.
know Citra, so it should give you a
It,
little.
it doesn't smell like the citrus, so I think what I'm smelling is the Vic's Secret.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of has that piney smell too, doesn't it? Like that
little
real
bit.
like hoppy.
It's called Lunar.
Yeah.
It's got a good
And
smell.
There's
Dude, it
actually,
smells good. Ooh, oh, I got to show you something here, Larry.
There's actually
'Cause I like to
instructions
do
on
this.
drinking this kind of beer.
Read it. What does
Well,
it
it
say?
says here you want to store it right side up. Drink this beer as cold and fresh, and then obviously recycle to save our planet. So it comes with specific instructions on drinking this beer.
Do that.
You have responsibilities when it comes to drinking Celestial beer.
I was wondering, like, if I recycle this can,
Okay.
is it safe to say that I saved our planet?
I would say that's fair. Yeah,
It's
I'd
fair.
say
It's
that's
like
fair
a
to
title
say.
that I could put on
That's-
my
you could put it on-
profile,
put it on a hat.
social media profile.
Well, I don't know if you
No.
can put it around your profile picture.
I don't think you recycling this one can saves the planet. No.
False advertisement.
Well,
But I wanted to show you this, Larry.
all righty.
I got a new smell scale.
I like the colors. It's making a little bit more sense to me.
Yeah.
So this just
Tell me
smell.
if this works. Yes, this is just smell. I know how you've been critiquing the last.
Well, I was confused. We kind of went on a roller coaster of what that scale of the whole thing meant.
We were limited to the one scale.
So does this seem
Yeah.
more? Does
okay.
this seem a little bit better?
Yeah,
Well, let's put it to the test.
Yeah, all right.
It's weird because it just smells like hops to me, and it smells.
Yes, but when you get hops, you can get fruity, floral, citrus. Like what kind of you got to dig deep and
Yeah,
go
okay.
past the bitterness.
I'm going deep.
So you got to do that drive by.
I get a little bit of citrus.
It's
lot of
always
hop.
citrus or floral to me.
Okay.
One or the other.
Okay.
Oh, the drive by gets you. You get a little skunk.
Yeah. Yeah, I got skunk on the drive-by.
Yeah, it's weird that the drive-by gets you a little bit something different, doesn't it? So what are you guys thinking
Kinda
here?
like surround smell, surround sound. It's close. I don't know, man. It's hard to pinpoint.
On the fruity
is it
scale,
like
there's
fresh
the citrus.
herb?
I'm thinking fruity, but then you see how it's
Like
tropical and
citrus?
citrus.
Yeah?
Like I'm kind of getting some tropical vibes.
You're not getting like stone fruit, like peach or apricot. What else is a stone fruit? Is one thing I know.
I couldn't tell you.
I didn't even know that those were stone fruit.
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
Well, there
know
you
there
go.
was such a
Yeah.
thing as stone fruit.
Like peach, apricot, things that have
Let me-
fuzz on the
let
edge.
me
I don't know.
see.
Is it because they have a core, or is it because they have the fuzz?
I don't know.
I am getting an
What
apricot,
makes a
dude.
stone fruit?
I'm getting an apricot on the back end of the aroma.
Thin
Bet you didn't
skins
know.
that may be fuzzy or smooth. So that means that an apricot or a peach or an apricot, because apricot's not fuzzy, it's smooth.
No, but
right?
I would think peaches are fuzzy, but I'm thinking like a plum.
A plum,
Ooh,
yeah.
Like a plum's
okay.
gonna have the smooth skin.
So it's that thin skin that's on it.
Okay.
It probably does have a pit. Then I guess
seeing
they would have to have a
some
pit.
They all
traits.
have pits. It says the pit is actually a large seed. Okay, so yeah, it's
Yeah.
pitted fruit.
Okay.
I'm going with
Well,
stone.
the more you
stone
know.
fruit. Yeah.
I feel like we're doing like
The more you know.
yeah. I feel like we do
We're like
so
reading Rainbow
much
over
for
here.
people.
Yeah, we do.
Like, dude,
We're doing. the
Come on here to
Lord's
learn
work
when
something.
here.
someone listens to the podcast, it's like their life is enhanced
I would
because
agree.
of these kinds of conversations.
agree.
It's either that or they go, man, you guys are dumbasses. How you not know what stone fruit is?
Bro, stone fruit is so first grade. I've never heard the term.
Never even
before.
heard the term.
Oh, I'd heard the term.
That's a good beer, man. I haven't had anything, bad that Celestial puts out.
Yeah, this
for
is
sure.
really good.
It's a good beer.
Dude, for a double, it's not near as crazy as I was expecting.
No,
Good
it's
point.
not.
Really good
It's
point.
because it's
Man.
that citrus that comes through.
So it's the combination.
Dude, it's because the way that Celestial does things, they do things so different. So like here,
Okay.
this one here comes in at 0 IBUs, which makes me wonder if they even put anything into the boil or if they just dry hop it. 'Cause I know that he does do that.
Well, it
We
says dry
talked
hop.
about that in the interview, so
It does say dry hop, but I think you're going to have to walk us through this a little bit more. So, what goes into the boil and how does that impact it?
So basically,
Yeah, good question.
standardly, you would do a 60-minute boil. The earlier you put in hops, they're called bittering hops. When you put them in there early, like at the 60-minute mark,
Okay.
which means at the very beginning of the boil. The later you put them in, the less bitter they're going to be, the more they're going to be there for aroma. You put them in during the dry hop.
Makes
As long as you
sense.
don't leave them there for too long, it's just going to be aroma. It's going to be like no bittering at all. So
I see.
like
I
that
see.
that blonde that I did, like most of it was dry hopped. So like that's why you got that strong aroma from that hops.
Okay.
So yeah, so he's even said that there's been beers they've done where they don't do anything in the boil at all, which is weird to me because even like a stout or like a porter, you put hops in the boil. You do
Right.
different kinds of hops that aren't quite as bitter, but you still put them in the boil. So it's weird to me. But yeah. So here it does say should have heavy aroma of mango, which is you got the tropical
Yep.
stone fruit. I don't know if a
Yep.
mango would be considered stone. Maybe
I
not
think
stone
so.
fruit.
It's got that
Tropical
Yeah.
something. Yeah, but there's
doesn't
not
it
a
have
pit.
a pit?
It does. Yeah.
It's got a
huge pit.
different kind of pit, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We're basically experts.
Yeah. At this point,
5 minutes at that smell scale.
talk
and
to me. Yeah. I think the smell scale is much better.
Yeah.
It kind of enhanced our ability.
And maybe it's because it's got enhanced colors, man.
Is there
I
a
think so,
taste
too.
scale by chance? 'Cause
I can definitely try to find one.
yeah.
We've only been doing smell a lot, so that's why I've brought this one.
Cool, man. I'm glad
That's why
you
I
did.
found this one. I'll see because this website, whatever it is, where I found this, I think it had more than one. So
Yeah.
we'll have to look.
Yeah, if there's a way that we could like talk a little bit about the flavors in relation to some like key terms like they have on the page, like herbaceous,
Yeah.
like I'm trying to throw around some big words, but also the color. Like if we're able to like show a scale and then say this is exactly where it is on the color scale,
Well, so
Yeah.
that might help
that'd be
too.
nice. There's your color scale.
Okay,
have
so we do have the
numbers
color
here.
scale. I forgot we did used to do
Let me
this.
hold it
So
up.
the thing is that there's different numbers that people use, and I'll have to look and see what this one is. This is SRMs actually. So Some people use, like, when you buy grains, they'll use a term called Lovy Bond.
Uh-huh.
I always use SRMs because that's the app that I use. So here on Dudes and Brews, we're just going to use SRMs because that's what I found.
Yep.
Do it.
So
Makes
SRMs
sense.
here, I'm thinking like 2.
Yeah, 2. That's where I was thinking
Man,
2.
I was leaning on 4.
4.
Yeah, I was kind of
It's
leaning
not
towards.
that dark.
It's pretty light.
Okay, all right.
It's light, but it's hard to like now. Anytime you have these like, I guess
you're
they're
right.
dry hopped when they're not clear like that. It's because of the dry hopping, right?
Well, it's because of that and like some of the flaked adjuncts, maybe in the grain bill,
Well,
like flaked oats or something.
typically these dry hopped ones though that look like this, they all like have this color.
Yeah,
You know
very
what I mean?
similar color.
Very similar color.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I could imagine if like you had a 9, but that lack of clarity, like where you just saw a 9. That would be
Right.
what kind of beer is that?
Yeah.
That'd
I
be
wanna try
weird.
that.
Yeah.
That's the true mango.
See, I'm thinking like you could see through it, like it'd be clear.
Normally it is when it's a
Yeah.
9. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Spitballing.
Yeah.
so we always gotta rate these. So scale of 1 to 5. What do you guys got on this one?
Hmm.
I'm gonna
Brian?
pass it to Brian.
All right, we're gonna go Boomer on the first one.
Might as well.
It's good.
I'm gonna go for a Celestial. On this one, this Lunar, I'm gonna go 4.
A 4.
Yes, sir.
I was thinking a little bit higher than that. I was
Okay.
thinking like a 4.5. I think
Right
it's
on.
great. It is coming at 8%, so I do have to be kind of careful with it because
Mm-hmm.
I don't taste 8%.
I don't either.
I don't
I
either.
like it sitting at 8%.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's good. Now that you said that, I didn't even call out that 8%.
Yeah.
It definitely doesn't taste like an 8%.
Like it.
I'll go right between you two and do 4.25.
Love it.
And to me, it's just another win for Texas beer.
Yes.
Like, man,
Yeah.
every Texas beer we have.
And we
seems
have
to
a
be
lot of
good.
them, honestly,
Mhm.
because
I know.
unless I travel, that's what we're getting is Texas
Yeah.
beer because it's so
Yeah,
good.
Texas beer.
This
Like-
is definitely on the top scale for me. Or this is one of my favorite breweries,
Dude,
It's by far.
it's so good.
It's
like
everything
I'm,
I've had there.
I
is
like
great.
it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it's good.
yeah, man. This one's great. So go out there and check this one out if you can. Yeah, this is called Lunar.
Mhm.
So one of the things I wanted to tell you about. So recently, I saw on Instagram that so speaking of Celestial, they do crazy events. So they did that thing for the beer launch. But recently they did a thing that was it was like a field day, like an adult field day.
Oh, I love
Wait,
that.
what's
They
a field
did
day?
an
Like a
adult-
field trip?
No, field day is something that kids do when they're in school.
Yeah.
And basically they go and they do like field events, like run track. They
Oh,
do
okay.
like
Yeah,
little
yeah.
fun
Super
games for
cool.
kids. It's like
Yeah.
a whole day to get out of school and just have fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Parents
like-
get to come and hang out with the kids.
Yeah.
and- yeah, super fun.
Like when I was in school, we did like weird stuff like hula hooping and like
Mhm.
base running, like
Do
just
like the-
I
random
don't
stuff.
know why I didn't do this as a kid.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
like the, what is it, 3-legged race?
Yeah,
and carry
three-legged
the
race.
egg and just,
Yes.
yes.
Oh,
water-
we didn't do
all-
that.
all
That sounded
kinds
like
of fun
Brady
stuff.
Bunch stuff.
Yeah, it was
I
super
mean,
fun, dude.
Maybe that's
Really-
awesome. Maybe that's Texas.
Maybe it's Texas.
Maybe.
In Oklahoma, we did the Great Land Run.
The Great Land Run. You
Yeah.
have to
That
kind
sounds
of
real Native American.
explain to us.
Well,
be
it's
honest.
where they match. What's crazy is they match. This totally would not fly in today's world because they matched kids up with like you're the dad, you're the mom, you're the kids, and
Yeah,
they like
okay.
matched you up in a family.
Love it.
And then they gave you a stake, which was basically a paint stir stick, and you got to decorate it, you and your team.
Sweet.
And it might have just been a husband and wife, maybe not kids. It's been a while since I've done this.
Yeah.
But they say go, and then all the kids get to race and then stake their claim on land. Just like they did in Oklahoma, because it's kind of like an Oklahoma history thing. Where they had the
Interesting.
Great Land Run.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember, like, was it Native Americans that did it, or was it non-Native American? I think they might have been Native Americans.
I just
I have
remember
no
the
idea.
Great Gold Rush when they were when the great I don't know, expansion or the travel from east to west.
Yeah.
When it was like taming the West. So yeah, it was like stake your claim.
Well, yeah, everybody was
Right?
going to California to get gold.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Great Land Rush. Yeah, the Land Rush.
But I think
Wasn't
it's
that the
very
event?
similar because it's the idea that the government Because classic government to like own all this land all of a sudden because they declared it owned, and then to be like, we're going to give it back to you though.
Yeah, at a rate. You know,
the taxes came later once they actually settled and then started, making produce and stuff. That's when the taxes came.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't think that was Native American though. I think it was like the overall Great Land Rush.
I can't. It might have been. It might not have been Native American.
Yeah.
But it's kind of weird. I'm mixing like ideas because we did a lot of Native American history because it's kind of like you guys did Texas history.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oklahoma history has a lot to do with like the Trail of Tears and
I've
like
heard of the Trail of Tears.
The different Native American tribes. So it's very much land rush 18.
Yeah.
That might have been it, dude. This is basically our field day in Oklahoma.
That's crazy.
Canada, Cleveland,
also known as the Oklahoma Land Rush.
Oklahoma Land Rush. Look at that.
Okay.
I had to have been in first grade, and I still remember this.
That was the first thing that popped up on Wikipedia.
Well, so I'm sorry that you missed out on the
you guys missed out.
Yeah,
you guys missed out. It was a blast. I had a wife.
Yeah, man.
I got my own land.
My dude was
living the American dream.
American dream, the Oklahoma dream.
So, but they did an adult version of a field day.
I love it.
So one of the things that I noticed here is that they have to drink this beer before they can start doing tug of war.
Oh, that's
so you chug a beer, then do tug of war.
Yeah,
that's one thing that I saw. They did a bunch of weird games.
Pulling.
They did this one here where you toss something back and forth. Maybe you tossing an egg back and forth.
Eggs,
yes, that's what we did too. When we were
so just out here having fun. It's another tug of war. But they also did a science fair at the same time.
Okay.
The guy that won the science fair, his thing was, what's the perfect way to pour a fruited sour?
Oh, okay.
And he went around to different breweries and asked a bunch of different breweries, how do you pour your fruited sours?
This is brilliant. I like that he did this.
Yeah. Out of a can. And I think, because I saw it on here, it was like the winner, it was like, he, based on what everybody said, he gathered all the data and said this is what would be the best.
Yeah, he did a controlled experiment.
Yeah. It was tip it over once, roll it twice, and then pour it.
What?
That was the winner?
That was out of everybody. He's like, that's what, based on everybody else said, this is what he gathered to be the best one.
Well, that's cool.
He talked to people at 903, here at Celestial, like all different breweries.
Huh.
Did he do a controlled experiment though? Like, I guess not. It was just more of a data collecting.
That I don't know.
An opinion
all
thing?
I saw was the board, and I had to zoom in on it and read his, because they had to have a hypothesis. Like, it went through the scientific method just like you normally would.
Well, then he had to have tested all these ideas.
Yeah, he had to have tested something for sure.
And then that was the winner, because I guess what you would want to ask is we have to first of all understand what makes it a good pour. And it's like, well, there's not too much head.
Yeah.
Maybe it's equal sediment. Like, it's not like all, like, we need to understand that first.
Best method. Yeah.
I swear that he had it on there. I'll have to see if I can find it. But yeah, that's
awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I forget the guy's name because I follow him as well.
Dude, we need to have him on the podcast to explain the experiment.
Yeah,
right.
And his conclusion.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can do that.
That'd be great.
But dude, anyways, props to Celestial for these creative ideas, because if this was close, even if I would have just known about it ahead of time, I would have totally.
Dude,
went.
we got to go next year.
Yeah,
we got to put together a team. Like, I saw that some breweries will put together a team. Like, Community put together a whole team and sent their guys over there.
Oh, dude, we got to.
We got to do a Dudes and Brews team.
We got to.
Let's do it.
How many people are on a team?
I'd have to find out. I'm not sure. 5 or 6 maybe.
Oh,
the reason why, like, here coming up in the next couple of weeks, and it may already have passed by the time that this comes out, but there's a little bit left in here if you're wanting to.
Yeah, man.
Pass that over.
One of them between us two, and then Brian had a whole one.
Yeah.
There's one that's coming up at Tups. They're doing a run. They're doing an actual run. It's like you can do they call it like a 2 something K. It's like you run a mile.
Okay.
And I guess you're doing it around a track. If you do a track, it's 4 laps. And you get 4 beers. So you're supposed to drink a beer, run a lap. Drink a beer, run a lap. Now, you could do it with a team
I love that.
of 4 people where just you drink a beer at a time.
It's like a relay.
That sounds
Yeah,
safer.
that's
like
Yeah.
a relay race.
That's cool,
four,
man.
4 beers and 4 laps.
Sounds like a way for me to get
That sounds like a
thrown
way
up.
to get injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You blow out your knee. It's like you're like a 40-year-old
Look,
guy.
I'll have to show
Yeah.
it to
Thinking that
you.
he's the coolest
You're on
guy
that 8%
on the college
lunar.
campus. You
Yeah,
know? It's like,
you're-
what are you doing going to frat parties?
But the
and
thing
then he shows up
is-
there and he runs 4 laps and blows his ACL.
No, but the crazy thing with this though is that there's two different heats that you can do.
Man, I
Because there was one that was that was like you drink their national standard, which is like a blonde, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or there's one where you do it with the full grown man.
I love
Full-grown vomit, more like
it. Yeah,
it.
no kidding.
That beer is thick and it is very boozy. So,
Oh man, they got a 2022 calendar release.
Yeah, I mean, they're
Cool.
always doing stuff over there, man.
yeah, this calendar right here is very innovative, I have to say.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Oh, for all what they're releasing this year.
Yeah, I can appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can find it on here.
They've put out some new stuff since Alpha Drop. They've definitely put out.
They're
some
gonna
new
have.
Here it is.
Have you ever had Cousin's Maine Lobster before?
Well, no,
It's
no,
a food truck.
No,
I've had it in Dallas. It's legit.
is it legit, dude?
It's expensive, but any kind of lobster sandwiches are gonna be.
Yes. Oh man, when I was up in Maine,
legit.
I got to have a couple of lobster rolls. They were so good, dude.
Yeah,
The
see-
lobster rolls,
Yeah.
what they have. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard really good things about it. I know it's a chain, but I heard that even though it's a chain, it's
legit.
still legit.
Oh,
It's
man,
legit.
dude.
I went to a food truck park in Dallas just to go to it.
Yeah, I wanna
because
go.
I saw it on Shark Tank.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
been around
for
for a
real?
long time.
And it's just as good as you would imagine, but it's just like I want 2, but
I
then I
know.
don't want to come out of pocket for
I know.
2.
But I'm
I
spending
get
$30
that.
bucks.
Yeah, that's
I
the
get
problem.
that,
It's
dude.
like, man, I ate one and I'm like, that was so good. I can't. I wanted 2.
It's definitely a
Right.
delicacy, man.
It
It's
is.
like a specialty.
So it does show here this you can do a standard runner, which is the 4 blonde ales,
Okay.
1 per
Okay.
lap,
Yeah, we
or
could
you
do
can do
that.
a
That
full grown,
sounds
or you can do a
fun.
full grown runner.
Yes,
That sounds so fun.
I could do the full grown.
No, but the
it's
full
not
grown
all-
runner
Yes,
means
this means
you drink a full grown stout
12
every time.
But
Oh,
one
man.
person and not a relay.
Oh, and so we could do the relay, which is the national standards, what they're going to give you in the relay.
So the full grown is literally one runner doing 4 laps, drinking 4 beers.
and they're 12.1%.
Dang.
Like,
I'm going to be laid out,
hammered.
hammered by the end of it.
I mean, you're not going to be hammered by the end of the 4 laps. You're going to be hammered after you catch your breath.
Yeah.
Imagine that. You're going to be so gassed
How-
and feeling so
yeah.
bad, and then all of a sudden it's going to be like, wah, 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 wah.
Yeah,
And
that's
dude,
a
And then
good
it's
point.
Charlie
it's going to
Brown.
be bad.
Yeah.
It's going to catch up to you all at
Running
once.
while drinking 4 of those.
No,
Oh,
so
man.
you drink it and then you run is the way that
I
I
know,
understand
and then
it.
you drink a
And then,
second.
yeah,
and
you keep it going.
You're
going
gonna
to
be out of breath.
I mean, unless you like running, unless you run marathons all the time, this would be no
That's
big
true.
deal. 1 mile's
do,
nothing.
Do any of us run marathons all the time?
Well, no, I'm not
Hey,
us.
I guarantee you there is no marathon runner that drinks 12% alcohol.
yeah, that's
They
true.
are usually lean individuals
Yeah,
who barely
they've
drink
leaned out,
beer.
yeah.
So this is going to be your 40-year-old frat guy who's ready
Like-
to blow out
like
his
us
ACL.
guys.
Yeah, when is this? Now, so I see registration dates. When is the event?
This I think is on the 14th. Yeah, the 14th, May 14th.
May 14th.
This may be out by. This
Okay.
may or may not be out by then. But this is or was on May 14th.
Okay, yeah, right on.
But I mean, if we're all free, let's do it.
That
We'll
sounds
have to
fun.
figure something
May
out.
14th?
but-
That sounds fun.
Yeah, we need to figure it
Yeah.
out. Let me look at my
But-
calendar real quick.
Yeah.
Anyway, while you're
Yeah,
looking
you're
at that,
right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that sounds fun.
while
dude.
you're looking at that, I gotta tell you a story about what
I'm
happened.
going to be out of
yesterday.
town.
Yeah.
Oh, are you gonna be out
I'm
of
going to
town?
be in Austin.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, have fun down there. Pick
Yeah.
up some beer for us.
You
Yeah,
guys,
dude.
if you're going to do it, I want to see, now
I'm
that
gonna
I'm not
send you
going to be
some
there, I
money.
want to see y'all doing the full grown.
The full He's like, all right, I'm out. Y'all are in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I gotta tell you the story that happened yesterday. It was real weird. So went down to Plano. Really, I went down there to hang out. Lily got a gift certificate for some crumble cookies. Cool. You ever been to crumble cookies?
I have not.
They're like
I've heard
gourmet
of it.
cookies.
I've heard about it.
I mean, they're like damn good cookies. Like, don't get me wrong. But
Yeah.
they're kind of expensive, but
Yeah.
they're damn good. Anyway, so while we were there, we were like, hey, I want to get something to eat, but I want to get a beer. So we went to BJ's Brew House.
I love it.
Yeah, I like BJ's.
So we're
I've never
chilling
been.
out, just having dinner. Luke's like, hey, I got to go to the bathroom. He's like, okay, cool. He goes to the restroom. No big deal.
Okay.
He comes back, and like, no joke, like maybe 2 seconds later after he gets back, like 5 like guys are walking out of the bathroom because we sit like right next to where you walk down the hall to the bathroom, and there's like 5 guys.
maybe in their late teens, like 5 or 6 guys walking out of the bathroom at the same time. I'm like, what the hell? This is so weird. 5 guys? There's no way that bathroom is that big. And Luke's like,
this ain't women.
And Luke
right,
literally
that's what I'm
goes,
thinking.
oh no, all those guys were huddled up in one stall all by themselves.
Oh no, this isn't good.
no.
So what was going on? What was the
I have no
conclusion?
idea. That's the thing. What do you think was going on? That's weird enough in its own right.
I hate to say it, drug usage.
Well, that's
That's the only
what I thought,
conclusion I
too.
can come to.
Yeah, I just hate that Luke had to see it. See, 'cause
No, he was like washing his hands, and he like
he's like, why?
all he said was that he was washing his hands. He heard somebody mumbling, so he looked under the stall and he just saw like too many pairs of legs.
Okay.
He looked
There's a new conclusion though.
Yeah.
We're going from our experience, drug usage.
Yeah,
But we got to think about it in terms of
This is
modern day
2022.
TikTok. Whatever it was, it had something to do with TikTok.
Yeah.
They're
I'm
doing
telling
TikTok,
you, there's some
basically.
weird stuff. It's like you see kids doing weird things and then they're TikToking. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
There's some kind of TikTok thing
Yeah.
going on. I'm not joking. The other day, I saw some kids out in the field by Dollar General. I was like, oh, is there a scrap about to go down?
Yeah.
And then they're like filming some kid.
What?
And I'm like, some TikTok stuff, I guarantee you.
Back in 20,
I thought it was about to be a fight.
4 years ago, it was Pokemon Go. Now it's TikTok.
Exactly.
Why
I
are
would have
these
said
kids- yeah.
2 years ago. I would have said Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
But now it's TikTok.
Yep.
It's funny because I've seen a sign because I drive by it every day. The cemetery over there off Houston.
Yeah.
There's a sign that says
Oh.
no Pokemon related activity
Yeah.
at this
Are
location.
you serious?
Because apparently people would just drive through and play Pokemon through that thing.
Well,
Wow.
no, because it got really big. So I only know because I drove. That's my route.
Yeah.
Downtown Sherman, and then past that cemetery, going to church, going to anywhere through downtown Sherman.
Oh, okay.
And then when Pokemon was super big, every time that it was crowded both areas.
What is the
And it's
deal?
because there's certain Pokemon that you get at the cemetery.
Like stops or
And that's a
oh,
huge
training centers,
cemetery.
maybe?
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess, has all these rare Pokemon there. So
okay.
now it's not as much of an issue, but they did keep the sign up, but I don't see anybody there anymore.
Well, no, and I wonder if it's because people got ran out. One,
or
it's
two,
not
Pokemon
big anymore.
faded out.
they
Yeah.
captured the Pokemon they wanted and
No,
didn't go
people
back.
still play it. It's still a thing, but it's
Oh,
just
yeah,
not
yeah.
as big.
Right.
It used to be. I'm not joking. Downtown Sherman, the
Yeah.
courthouse. I would drive by there every day, and there would just be hundreds of people,
What
all on
in
their
the
phones,
world?
staring at their phones, like
I
gotta
mean,
catch
This is
them all.
weird.
So I will.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I wanted to see what it was all about,
Yeah.
so I checked it out,
Uh huh.
and I remember going like just on a random Saturday, going with my nephew.
Yeah.
We went downtown McKinney,
Yeah.
down McKinney Square, and it was the same thing. It was packed.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, cool. We'll grab something to eat while we're down here. We might as well. But
Yeah.
like, it was packed full of people just doing that.
Just
Standing
doing
in,
that.
yeah.
yeah.
Huh.
So
Dude,
the
I
same
gotta tell
thing.
you, you gotta be careful though with these trends because it, like, let's say you got into TikTok. Next thing you know, you and 7 guys, bathroom stall.
Yeah. That's what I was
Just
saying. I wanted
saying,
to take
be
it back to the
careful.
stall.
There's certain
Like, what
things
is
I
happening?
don't want to know what it's all about.
Yeah. You gotta be
I'm
careful
just
with
saying,
these
be
trends.
careful with this stuff, bro. You don't know. You might wind up in a bathroom with 7 guys.
As my son
man.
said, man, that was super sus.
That was sus.
Yeah. Isn't there like a fast food chain called Five Guys?
There
They were trying to recreate
It's a
they were
burger
doing
place.
something. There's a burger
What if
place.
it was a 5 Guys? That was the trend. It was some kind of TikTok 5
Yeah,
Guys
it was a
trend.
Five Guys trend. It's not a
Bring-
bathroom stall.
Everybody brings like a little piece of burger with them.
This is crazy, man.
And
I don't know.
It's like you try to fit 5 guys in
well,
a
now,
small space.
now you have to like have this conversation with your son. Like, why are there 5 guys in one stall?
He
What's
just thought
happening?
it was weird, and he
Super
was
sus.
he was like, "Dude, this is sus." I don't know about that. I'm like, yeah,
I don't either.
Don't even pay attention to them. They're fine.
Yeah.
either.
He was
Yeah.
using some sort of general discernment to
Yes,
he
understand that
was.
there's something
There's
sus
something
going
wrong. About
Right.
that.
Right.
on here. I
He
can get
had
behind that.
Yeah. I do
legitimately
too.
was like, "That's weird. I'm not going to participate."
I'm out.
No.
And I'm like, you know what, dude? Good on you.
Yeah.
Good on you, bro.
Good
to,
on you
to
for
look under
learning.
under the stall and
So-
see way too many.
No, he didn't
People
look.
standing.
That's what made him a wise kid. If he would have looked, he
Yeah.
might have been like, "What is this?" and then joined them. So
Right.
he used
Oh,
discernment and said, "I'm
discernment.
out. There's something."
Nah,
sus."
he saw
Yeah,
too many
run.
legs in the stall and was like,
Yeah.
"That's not
Yeah.
supposed to happen."
No.
Nope. Nope.
He may not have known there were 5 guys until we saw him walk right by us, all of them at the same time. I'm like,
What
this is
in
so
the
weird.
world is
and they all
happening?
looked weird. Like they were like giggling like they were doing something wrong, or maybe they were making
I
TikTok.
guarantee you it was TikTok.
It has to be, man. Everybody's on TikTok.
I mean, I
right now.
immediately went to. I
It's like,
went,
okay, what's that TikTok everybody's doing?
Everybody's on that TikTok these days.
I mean, I
classic boomer
immediately
moves.
went to everybody doing a little bump. That's the first.
That's
thing
what I
That's what
imagine
we would've
too,
thought
but
back
like
when
I
we were
think that that's
kids.
kind of like I don't know.
That's
just
our
like,
generation.
That's like
That's our generation.
that's
yeah.
like what we would have thought people would be
Yeah.
doing suspiciously.
Y'all
in
are
the
doing
bathroom.
something
Nowadays.
suspicious in there.
Everybody's doing weird stuff that we just don't understand because
Because we're
getting
old.
A little, yeah, we're
Yeah.
getting a little old.
We're
becoming
old.
boomers, man.
We're becoming boomers.
So it's funny that you
Yeah.
bring up burgers. I want to talk to you guys about something.
All right, what do you
So,
got?
believe it or not, there was a guy overseas
Okay.
that got drunk one night and decided to change his name to Double Bacon Cheeseburger.
Oh, nice.
Legally
He
change his name to Double
Overnight?
Bacon Cheeseburger.
Yeah.
How can you do it overnight though?
I don't know that it happened specifically overnight.
Oh, okay.
He just got drunk and
Look-
had the
look at
idea.
that.
There's a
burger,
quote right
though.
there. Read that quote. It was accumulation.
Go,
wait. Okay,
go,
I'll read it.
Go ahead, Larry.
It was the accumulation of probably too many drinks in the pub where there was a conversation about names. He said, bacon double cheeseburger was pretty much the first thing that came up. Everyone loves bacon, don't they? He submitted his application to the UK Deed Poll Service and signed the paperwork when it arrived a few weeks later. So he did do it overnight, but he submitted the paperwork that night, and then it came in. And then at that point, he had to make the decision, do I want to go full double bacon burger or do I want to stay, Ben?
Yeah.
well.
I love how he signs his
Ben
name,
Williams.
BD Cheeseburger. Yeah.
Dude, if you already did the effort, you go full
You
cheeseburger.
robbed
it,
dude.
You
Yeah.
go full cheeseburger.
But Brian, read this last sentence here.
Okay, the last one. He thinks it's hilarious, but his fiance Isabella is less than amused.
Of course.
Isabella
of course.
Cheeseburger.
Oh, yeah, his fiance. Got to take that last name.
They haven't been married yet.
No, it's coming
So-
though.
So go
Isabella
ahead, Brian.
Cheeseburger. All right, so my fiance is fairly reluctant about marrying a cheeseburger. That's something we're discussing a lot. No girl ever dreams of spending her big day marrying a man called Bacon, he said. But I've got no regrets. He's got no regrets
Nope.
at all of it. It's been very fun. It's been a very fun experience, and it makes a lot of people laugh.
So the question is it
Worth
worth
it?
it?
He's counted the cost, and he thinks
He
that
has.
he could lose his fiance, his future wife,
Over this.
and he says it's worth it.
I mean,
Yeah.
he could be super progressive and tell her to keep her own last name.
She's not even talking about taking his name. She's just saying marrying a
Dating this-
cheeseburger.
I don't want to
Yeah,
marry a
marry-
cheeseburger.
Like, do I want to go forward in life knowing that I have to tell everybody my husband's last name is Cheeseburger?
yeah.
don't
this is
think-
my husband, Bacon.
Yeah. Man, like Kevin Bacon works, but not Bacon Cheeseburger.
Nah.
No, you just call him BD. This is my
Yeah,
husband, BD.
BD. Yeah.
BD.
Or is it DB? Is it DB for double bacon?
Bacon double.
oh,
it's
yeah.
No,
double bacon,
double
right?
bacon. DB.
Double bacon
Go back.
cheeseburger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bacon double.
Oh, but
it's BD.
It's bacon double.
Bacon double.
Okay.
Bacon
I can deal
double.
with BD versus DB.
Yeah.
I can deal with that. Just a quick switch.
BD sounds a lot like BO, though. Like,
oh man,
This is BD.
Yeah.
Nah, it's like a nickname. This is my boy BD over here.
What does that stand
I would probably
for?
go along with it.
Bacon
Oh, what's up,
double.
BD? I wouldn't even question it. Oh, hey, your name's BD?
Oh, what's
Cool.
up, BD?
All right.
Last name
Yeah.
Cheeseburger? Oh. then you start questioning. This sus. Is this
Yeah.
a TikTok trend? Is what I would ask.
Yeah, man. Are there 5 guys behind the curtain?
Well, there you go.
What's
That's
happening?
the name of the episode. Is this a TikTok trend? Is it
Yeah,
a TikTok
man.
trend?
Dude, that's what we have to ask ourselves with
We have
everything
to,
nowadays.
man.
Is this a TikTok trend?
Oh man.
So
Everything
is the
sus.
question, can we get behind changing your name to this
Ooh.
cheeseburger name?
Sure.
Can you get behind that?
We'll let Brian answer this one.
Hell no, I can't get behind that. That's
Like, do you get behind like changing your name in general? Like me, I like my last name. I don't have a problem with it. I have a pride in wanting to carry on the legacy.
sure.
Some people didn't. I know, like, I had a buddy of mine growing up that changed his name. Didn't really like his dad too much. He changed his name to Fett, like Boba, but not Boba. His name's just Fett. Is his last name.
Okay.
I know some other people that have changed their names specifically because they don't care about their families. They don't like their dads. and stuff.
I don't think I could have. I don't think I would go through the effort. Like the burger looked great, but I don't think I would go through the effort of changing my name. I just don't.
I would never do it myself. If I had a friend who did it, I would encourage it. And I would say, dude, that
You
is
would
awesome.
encourage the stupidity.
This is a story I could tell everybody that my friend's name is BD Cheeseburger.
So being that you're a third,
right.
if you were to have a boy, would you make him a fourth?
Never.
See, to me, I go, you've wasted it. You
Okay.
might as well keep it going.
Never. But the thing is you have a bit of a pride with your family legacy. I feel like I'm the person who could speak most to your friends who I don't know my dad. I don't know my grandpa.
Right.
I don't know anybody who has my name. I have no family members with the last name Morgan. Not a single one. I'm the only one.
Yeah.
So I'm not tied to it at all. However, I don't care. But I also
I got
don't
you.
care to give it to somebody else. Because I'm like,
Yeah, that's
why
a
would
good
you be
point.
the fourth? Like, that's weird. Like, you need your own name. You don't need my name.
No, it's funny
Larry
because there was a
Moore.
kid when
Yeah,
I was
Lawrence.
Lawrence,
Not even Larry.
yeah.
And I like Lawrence more, but I go by Larry.
Yeah.
Kind
like
of
there,
sucks.
there was a kid when I was in school that
Yeah.
was a fourth, and we called him Ivy.
Yeah. Well, normally people who are the third go by Trey.
Trey. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard
I
that.
didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. Normally,
Okay.
if you're the third, you go by Trey.
That's cool.
Just like if you're the second, sometimes they go by Junior.
Junior.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would be
okay.
LJ in that case or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Uh,
I mean, I got a little bit of the pride thing going on. Like, I want the name to be carried
Oh,
on,
yeah.
but
I've put all
you
the
know,
pressure on.
I'm not tied to it.
Yeah, me and my
Yeah.
brother have put all the
No.
pressure on our sons
Yeah.
because they're the only two that can carry on.
Yeah.
Totally told them that.
Mhm.
100%.
The thing with me is not only I have pride though, where I love that I have a last name that my family has.
Right.
Yeah.
So like I
Right.
love that feeling.
Yeah.
However, they're
Everybody
all
carries their
female.
names.
I'm like, you're gonna lose
I
it
know.
all.
I
So they're
know.
all going to pass it on, and I would not want them to be Morgan hyphen whatever their husband's name
Right.
is.
Yeah.
Because I
Right.
do feel like that is it's just not honorable to their husband.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I
with
feel like
that.
it's an honorable thing to take their name and say I am
right.
part of your
Yeah.
lineage now. So it's kind of weird. It's like it starts and stops with me.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's
Maybe
why
I
like,
should have went with cheeseburger. Maybe
That's
that's what
what I'm
you're
thinking.
actually talking me to the cheeseburger idea.
Yeah, you're selling them on this. Yeah.
Well, like, so that's the
Yeah.
thing is that like me and my brother, like my dad was the youngest of 7,
Okay.
and
Wow.
out of those 7 kids, they had 2 boys. My uncle had 3 girls.
Mm.
So like literally it stopped with my dad, and my dad happened to have
Wow.
me and my brother. So like we're the last 2 of them. We're the last Mohicans.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see
So that's
it.
why I put all the pressure on my nephew and
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and my
boy.
son.
Yeah. I see it.
So it looks like we need to coax him into changing it to cheeseburger.
Maybe.
Dude,
Cheese-
when-
I think we're selling
look,
on the idea.
here's the thing. I'll
Cheesy
make
burgers.
a commitment right now.
BD.
This is the commitment I'm going to make. If I
Okay.
never have a boy,
Okay.
and if all of my girls grow up and they end up taking somebody else's last name, at that point I'm making a pact right now. I'm changing my last name to Cheeseburger.
You heard it here first on Dudes and Brews. Lawrence.
You guys got to hold me
he's-
to it.
He's changing his
It might
last
be
name.
30 years from now, and you're like, dude, it's the time. It's like my
Now's the
last daughter's marriage,
We'll hold him to it.
and then you're like, dude, you know what this means?
Yeah.
You're a cheeseburger,
Yeah.
and I'll do it.
We're gonna be at the
I
wedding.
love
It's
it,
gonna be
man. Yeah, this guy, man, he's coming in full commitment.
I like
Full
the commitment.
commitment right
Committed
now.
right here.
There's
All
a lot of
right.
ifs in the meantime. I got 4 daughters. They all have to be married off, and
you
I
better
can't
get to
have
work,
any
son.
sons.
That's true.
So
better get to
you
work.
never know.
That's true.
And he has to run it by his wife.
No.
I'm just gonna say that now.
No, I've
30
already
years from now,
committed.
Put
he's
his
committed.
foot down.
I'm already
Yeah,
committed.
he's doing
She
it.
might not. She might be that
He's going
fiance
full
with the
cheeseburger.
quote.
Well,
that
let me
says,
ask you
like,
this.
I can't be married to a cheeseburger.
So he's committed.
You've been
Yeah.
married to me.
So he's committed to the decision. Would you go with cheeseburger? Like, what would you go with?
I feel like because
I
I already
think he
said
just
it.
said it.
I have to do
okay,
it.
so so that's
It has
full
to be
scope.
cheeseburger
It's
because that
cheeseburger.
makes it complete.
Okay.
I just
but-
wanted to make sure. Yeah.
But you got to keep the whole name. Just instead of Morgan, it's gonna be Cheeseburger, and please keep the third.
Is it still the third though?
No,
It-
just because it's gonna be so stupid, it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be
All right,
the third.
he's doing it. I could see us hanging out in 30 years from now.
Lawrence
And be like, bro,
Buford,
you know what this
the
means?
Cheeseburger the third.
I love it. I love it. Oh man, you heard it
I
here
gotta
first.
keep it going.
You heard it
this
here
is a
first.
great idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
Oh,
This is a great idea.
so I gotta tell you about this here, okay? This is something I found online about a beer that is really giving a crap about something.
Okay, they care about
So
something.
much so that their beer is called "Thanks for Giving a Crap."
Oh, okay.
Basically, what it is they came up with a beer I don't know the brewery. I'll have to look it up in a minute. To keep up with the beer, it is for Colon Cancer Foundation. So basically, money goes to the Colon Cancer Foundation. It looks like a Squatty Potty. Familiar with the Squatty Potty?
I know the Squatty Potty.
Not familiar with it.
You're not familiar with it?
No.
Oh my gosh, you got to look up the commercial.
Oh, I'll look it
The
up.
commercial's hilarious. It's like a unicorn like taking a dump onto ice cream cones.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
It's
All
the
right.
idea
It's
that like we're doing it wrong because we sit on a toilet where you should be squatting down
Like,
and
before
then
the toilet, what'd you do?
you should be lining up your rectum is like what it says. Like it's got this whole like scientific visual of how it's better for you to do it this way.
It
Okay.
said God made people to squat. He
Yeah.
didn't make people to sit.
Well, I've squatted in the woods a few times. So, I mean,
Well, that
it's-
was
it's-
that was your
it's
best
very-
moment.
Apparently,
Yeah,
it comes out
that was
better.
my best moment.
But anyway, so the Squatty
Yeah.
Potty, and it looks like Dew Claw Brewing Company
Okay.
right.
came up with this beer. So can you get behind a beer that's called Thanks for Giving a Crap?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
again with the colors and it's drawing me in.
Yeah, we were
I see
talking
it on the
about
shelf
colors
and I'm
earlier.
like going towards it, like, what is this? Thanks for giving a crap.
Yeah, I want to know what this is about.
Thanks for giving a rainbow poop.
Yeah.
And then I read it and then I'm like, cool. Is it a good beer though? Maybe.
That's
Maybe.
that's
If
that's
it's
the
not a good
question.
beer, then I only get it once.
They have an amazing story, but yeah, is it a good beer?
I don't know that it's an amazing story, but
I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you act like they saved a kid's life. like I love the cause.
Yeah, the cause is
Squatting.
great.
it's like it makes me think of like the sales tactic to when you give blood. Each pint is you give blood and it saves 3 lives. You drink a beer and it saves 3 kids. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
This doesn't save anybody. It goes
That's
to more
what I called
research.
that earlier, that we're saving Earth with this can.
Yeah, right.
I can definitely get behind it though, man. Drink a beer and save a kid's life. There you
Yeah,
go.
you got a good point. Like that's one thing that kind of drives me nuts. It drives me nuts raising money for research and then equating that to like actually solving the problem.
yeah.
Because it's like we don't actually know what this research is doing, and is it solving the problem or is it just doing research? It's kind of like we did research earlier on the proper way to roll a sour can, but did we
Yeah.
solve any problems with it?
Well,
So-
it's like they're doing research on whether it's better to squat or poop
Well,
in
I
a
think
toilet.
it's more than that, but it's weird that they tied that in.
Yeah.
No, Squatty Potty and this brewery kind of collaborated
Yeah.
to do this beer so they
Okay.
could give money out to the National Colorectal Cancer
Gotcha.
Association for Colorectal Cancer Month.
Yeah, that's
So
the
like
thing.
I don't have a problem with like bringing awareness to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have ties to like breast cancer because my mom had it.
Yeah.
So like when there's like cancer runs and stuff, it makes me feel good that other people care about people with cancer. But to your point, breast cancer is like one of the most popular cancers out there, and it's the most donated to. If money was working,
Yeah.
wouldn't you think that the numbers would be declining?
Well, and there's
I'm not
No, I know
I'm
what
not
you
getting
mean.
into conspiracies here, but
but here's the thing with
Yeah,
breast
you're pulling me
cancer,
in.
there's a difference between research and awareness. With the awareness with
Right.
breast cancer is you need to get your breasts checked.
For
you need
sure.
to check them yourself.
Yeah.
And because women actually check their own breasts, they actually are able to discover cancer
And
early
catch it way
on.
earlier, yeah.
And that is a true awareness that we need to know about. However, we insert that idea with everything. We're like, you just need to be aware of it. Well, but what do I need to do? So with colon cancer, isn't it that we only go when we're 40 to the doctor?
Yeah.
So that's what
it's a
this thing says, actually.
Stereotype or stigma.
Exactly. So then it's like
what's
we just need to
culturally-
raise awareness for 40-year-old men to go to the doctor. That's a very
Yeah.
niche market.
So, but it actually says here, it says, "This is us, arms in the air, shouting from the rooftops that colorectal cancer no longer simply applies to an old person's disease."
Well, so
That
their call
apparently-
of action is for us to go to the doctor sooner and have
That's
them
the way
stick
it
their
seems.
finger in our butt.
That's the way it seems.
Oh man,
That's what I'm hearing.
I'm avoiding that.
So it's the second
Yeah.
leading cause of
Yeah.
cancer.
I was told you don't have to do that till you're 50.
Well, all it says
But-
here is that it's the second leading cause of cancer in the U.S. for men and women.
right.
So, like, maybe this is telling us that we should go earlier.
I think so.
But it's like that's the thing. I'm not connecting it. The breast cancer, I connected. I'm not even big into breast cancer, but I've heard their message and I've done the runs. And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I get it. I see what you want me to
Yeah.
do. For a man, are you wanting me to do something with myself in the shower? Are you wanting me to go to the doctor sooner?
You're trying to equate the
What are you
early
wanting?
detection.
What are you saying I
Yeah.
need to be aware of that I need to do? Or am I just need to be aware that they're those guys, when you get old enough, they need to go.
Right. I'm not a part of that group right now.
I'm not going to put money towards that.
Well, I'm coming up on 40, so.
Well, get ready.
So
Get ready, boy.
Larry, go ahead and read this top paragraph for me.
Okay. Additionally, with the help of celebrities and influencers, already we get them on board. The campaign will activate a social hashtag give a crap challenge on TikTok. Yes.
Yeah.
It comes back to a TikTok challenge.
Go ahead.
And other platforms where participants can ask a parent or loved one, when was the last time you pooped? As a way to encourage the talk. So this is the call to action. We need to be talking more to each other about when you're pooping, brother. As a way to encourage the talk. It's almost like the sex talk, but it's the poop talk. Getting tested because you give a crap about them. You're like, Dad, I've noticed that you haven't pooped the last few days. I know, because when you blow it up, it's bad. But I haven't experienced that lately.
Yeah.
Right.
Get checked.
Oh, man.
You might want to get checked, and then you can donate money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and that's just the loving thing to do. Just get checked.
I'm kind of connecting the dots now, but I'm like, is this something that I want to get behind? Us having more conversations around when somebody else pooped.
Okay, that is the question.
I mean, there is a stigma involved, which makes you not want to, because it's weird. It's something that I would say is kind of private.
Yeah,
but
maybe, yeah. For guys, not as much. For guys, I don't think that we're embarrassed about it, but we just don't care. Like, hey, dude, I've noticed you haven't pooped the last couple of days. Like, we go camping this weekend. Hey, man, I noticed you haven't went off in the woods. I'm concerned. Could you imagine having that conveation because of this campaign?
Up, yeah,
because you would get made fun of by everybody there.
Yeah, you would.
It's like, make fun of me. Oh,
bro,
screw me for caring about your life.
Bro, how's your
screw me
rectum?
for caring about your colon.
How's your colon, man? Bro, I noticed you haven't been out in the woods to poop lately.
Bro, I'm
just backed up, dude. Shut up.
Yeah, I know,
I'm a little
right?
constipated at the moment.
I eat a lot of cheese, bro.
Well, so I'm going to defend camping and hiking. When you're hiking and you're burning so many calories, your body just kind of absorbs everything.
Right.
You don't poop as much when you're hiking.
Right.
Okay.
So what other situation would I ever
Right.
even think about when did you poop last? I just assume you guys poop.
Yeah,
I would never even ask you, have you pooped? Because
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know.
It goes without saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're saying that it doesn't need to go without saying. We need to be proactive, and we need to talk. This is the
Interesting.
talk we need to have as friends.
I guess we're having that conversation right now. I'm gonna go get checked out. I'm gonna go get the colon.
You know, like, Brian hasn't pooped in a week. He's just coming to terms with it.
No,
Well,
man, I'm usually pretty regular, man.
I was going to say, I'm
Yeah.
pretty regular.
Pretty regular, man.
But I actually see a bigger story that should be told
Okay.
here.
All right,
The
what do you
story should be that we need to know, because I had no idea that if you don't poop for X amount of time that it could be colon cancer. We need to be aware of how frequently
And we
we're
still
pooping.
don't know if that's real. We're just
Is
we're
there-
just going off of this guy saying, "Hey, when's the last time you pooped?"
I know. But that is the breast cancer check test. We need to be asking ourselves, have I been pooped irregularly lately?
Yeah.
And
has it been
if
a couple
so,
days?
then I need to do some more research on it. I need to be aware of that. That's the story. Having the talk? No.
No, so it's more about self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
Yeah, that's fair,
self-checking. Saying, hey, I didn't realize this was such a big issue.
right.
You know, poop
well,
in the next
and
48 hours.
Yeah.
Think
Well,
about it.
going to the doctor in general, it's like, dude, if it's not broke, I mean, are you going to get it fixed? No.
No.
Are you guys going to get checked up regularly? Shame on me. I don't go in for regular checkups. I should.
No.
And I've been, there's been a kind of a little still small voice, if you will, saying, hey, man, you need to find a regular MD. You need to go make sure you get everything checked out and tuned up and make sure everything's
I do,
good.
but only the last few years because
Okay.
my insurance incentivizes me, and it's a monetary value. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's kind of
I got to
bonus.
do this because I'm going to get money for it.
Yeah.
So I'll go pee in a cup, have them give me a little
check
quick
your blood,
physical.
all that
They'd take
stuff.
some blood.
Okay.
You
well,
know,
good on you, mate, because I
But
haven't done
I
it.
wouldn't do it if there wasn't any motivation
Right.
behind it.
Yeah, And I wouldn't necessarily push you guys to do it, other than having this conversation right now. We might need to make sure that we're getting regular checkups, and pooping regularly is one of them.
You mentioned it earlier about us getting old, so
we are getting old.
We are.
We are getting old.
So maybe we should.
I'm just glad.
'cause
Again,
five
what are
guys
we
in a
doing
stall.
for
What are we
doing for
doing?
people here, man? We're raising the real issues.
Yes, we are.
Raising
We're
These
the real
are the
issues.
things that people need to be talking about.
I don't mind taking one, and jumping in there for the breast cancer awareness and helping out.
You almost said taking one for
Take
the
one
team.
for the team.
So I will say,
Going early for a rectum check. Taking one for the team. I thought that's where you were going.
so he's
jump
going
in
to be
there early
the
on.
guinea pig.
Yeah,
will jump
we'll
in
send him in and tell us how it went.
Here, I took notes, fellas. Here's what happened.
So I will say, I do give a crap.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I do give a crap
that's
about
the
you guys.
We care about you too, Joe. We do give a
We
crap,
do, man.
especially rainbow turds.
So a part of me wants to see if I can get a hold of this beer just because of how silly this is.
Yeah, man,
dude,
I, think
I
we
don't know
should.
if that's going to happen, though.
Part of me
but-
wants to tell them, you know what, maybe we should tweak it and make it more about self-awareness and less about having the talk with each other.
Yeah.
But
Hey, I
That's
like
just- that's just you.
the self-awareness. Either way, it doesn't matter. You're still bringing awareness of some kind.
right,
And their goal, I would assume, is to be to catch it quicker so that you can survive it
yeah.
Yeah.
and be
Because
good.
it is about early detection, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And early treatment. Yeah.
And I wish that I knew how to early detect cancers
I do
because it's
too.
just something that I don't think we really are aware of.
Oh, no,
I
not
agree.
at all.
Breast cancer, I'm aware of because they did a campaign.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of like really vindicating my point here.
I mean, you know
That-
a little bit about colon cancer now.
now
Yeah.
I know, but I still don't know how long do you have to go without pooping? They're not really raising that.
Yeah,
good of
we need to
awareness.
kind of raise that flag a little
We
bit.
need to
or ask
truly
the
raise
question.
it up.
So,
Yeah.
like,
So you said
Ponchos, raise the flag.
Yeah.
Raise the flag.
And you said it was one of the top two.
I mean, it
like,
says it's number 2,
number 2. Okay.
Yeah.
according to this article.
Well, I'm definitely getting checked at
All
some
right.
point.
Bring it up to your doctor when
I'm
you're
gonna
going
bring
for
it
a
up to my
physical.
doctor.
He's never
Never
going.
because he
Yeah.
doesn't have a doctor.
Yeah.
So something else I wanted to show you guys just because I thought it was cool. You were talking about having bunnies. I bet your bunnies are lame because they're not as cool as these parrots. So take a look at these parrots and tell
Parrots.
me what you think about them, okay?
Look at this, would you? You ever seen
Would you
guns?
look at this?
You ever seen biceps on a parrot?
I've seen those little arms on chickens before.
Oh, look at that one.
Yeah, I've seen
That
people
one's
put
cool.
those on chickens.
So basically all it is it's something that like hangs around the back of their neck.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it has little arms.
Little T-Rex arms. Look at that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see here, it just
that's
hangs around the
cool.
back of their neck.
The real question though is, can PETA get behind this?
That's a
I
good
think the
question.
answer is no.
I mean,
not.
I'm a part of PETA. I mean, what is
Oh,
it?
yeah?
It's people eating tasty animals, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think that's what.
so
the
yeah,
acronym
I eat a lot of
but
tasty
can you
animals.
eat one of these birds?
is. You can roast that sucker on open fire.
That's so little meat.
I mean, if I
It
got
is.
hungry enough,
Yeah, if I get hungry, dude,
I mean,
yeah. If I'm on like,
I'm not
out in
hungry
the
enough right
woods,
now.
No.
I
So-
think it's great, man. I think it's cliche. I think it's a cliche. I think it's kind of ironic. A little tyrannosaur. Look at that. Look at those arms. I think it's
Those
great.
muscle arms are cool.
Yeah.
look at his face.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He looks so jacked.
He looks like that's a Hulk pose.
Yeah,
Oh, look at the
look
Hulks
at the
over in
Hulk.
the comments.
Yeah, look at the
That's
Hulk in the
exactly what I was
comments.
imagining.
Yeah. Those are Hulk hands if I've ever seen them.
because that's the same pose the Hulk does.
Yeah.
I don't know why this makes me crack up.
I think
so
it's great, dude.
I can get behind this. I think it's
Yeah.
cute. It's a one-time thing, and then you're like, you throw that in your drawer, and then you just see
Yeah,
those little
you-
tiny arms every time you open your pencil
You post
drawer. You're like, why do I got these still?
So this,
Yeah.
so this is for one of those fun TikToks.
it's
I
a
was gonna
TikTok
say it's a
challenge.
TikTok challenge,
This is
man.
a TikTok
Yeah.
challenge.
Hashtag TikTok challenge. He looks in his face here. And he's
That
like
one's great.
raging out.
That one's cool.
This one's like, what homeless community is this bird in? Look at it under
Yeah,
an
he looks like-
underpass.
Yeah, he looks like a performance art, like a performer. You know.
From my experience of watching TV and movies, there's only two things that happen under a bridge like this. One of them's a deal that could go wrong.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you meet somebody under here, you're trying to throw them the briefcase of money, things
Oh,
could go
okay.
south,
Yeah.
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 or homeless encampment.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
a normal situation where you're hanging out
Could be
with your
both.
bird putting arms on its back, I just can't imagine that happening under this underpass.
I don't.
kinda
Why are they
weird.
underneath this underpass?
It's weird.
I
I don't think it's about
or is
the
it an
underpass.
overpass.
Or,
Should
it's
be-
overpass,
should be an
not underpass.
Yeah, 'cause
yeah,
you're
yeah.
under the overpass.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Either way, you've seen the.
I'm telling
It's
you,
a
man.
tale
we are,
as old as time where they're throwing the briefcase on the
Under the
ground.
Yes. I'm telling you, we are enlightening this audience. They're learning all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
So I got one more thing for you here. Wanted to get your opinion on this. So there's a zoo, the Lincolnshire Zoo. I'm not sure where that's at, but basically they had 5 parrots that were just spewing profanity. So they had to separate these 5 parrots and put them in separate locations within the zoo because they're spewing too much profanity. It even says here 5 foul-mouthed parrots have been separated.
Wow.
After learning to swear.
They had to separate them.
Sounds like they're spreading the message.
Just cursing up a storm.
Yeah.
Sounds like they're spreading it all over the
Oh
zoo.
man. Oh.
Yeah. How did they learn it?
Yeah.
They all learned it at the same time?
I know that.
Where is the Lincolnshire Zoo? What area is that?
I'm not sure where that's at. It sounds like it's
the
overseas.
Bronx or I don't know why, but I'm thinking like New York.
It says,
just throwing
I don't
throwing
know.
F-bombs around. Just
Please tell me they have the accent with it too.
Yeah.
The Jungle Zoo.
What is this?
Oop.
Okay, what do we got here?
Yeah. So
I don't know where this is.
Well, I think it's hilarious that they had to separate them. They're like, we're tired of you parrots.
Oh, it's in England.
yeah, in the
Nobel,
UK.
England.
Yeah, I see
All right.
Manchester and everything over here.
So they've just had enough of them. They said, we're putting you in timeout. Separate.
That's funny that was how they solved the problem is by splitting them up.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have thought
they're
that
probably
would
still
solve it.
cussing up a storm, just not doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
know,
after
5
reading this
deep.
article, it seemed like nobody really complained about it. Like most people thought it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
They're just trying to spread them out so that. And to me, this didn't make any sense. Like it says here, but they were separated for the sake of the young visitors in the park in hopes that they would pick up natural calls after other birds, which makes me go, well, if they're all in one location and they're cursing, like put up a sign that says, hey, like there's gonna be some profanity coming up.
Yeah.
Now it's like, no, let's spread the profanity throughout the entire zoo so everybody can hear it.
I see what you're saying.
Like, that's the way I see it.
encouraging each
Yeah,
other
me
to
too, me
swear.
too.
Yeah. They were encouraging each other to swear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that I agree
don't
with
know.
that, but
I think they're missing out on a capitalizing on an opportunity here. You
Yeah.
put these 5 birds next to a beer stand. And you're like, this is 21 and older, and then you can go buy a beer, and it encourages people to go visit the cursing birds.
I love it.
And you're like, oh, while you're here, buy a beer.
so it's like
Perfect
it's
business
like
model.
like a carnival attraction of some
yeah,
kind.
it's a attraction.
Yeah.
You go over here, you get a beer, and you get to listen to the cursing birds, and you laugh, and then you go back to your family. Hey guys,
gotcha.
all right, let's go check
Yeah.
out the monkeys now.
I mean,
Hey.
as a dude, like there with his
I mean, I'm
family,
gonna run
wouldn't you
by
wanna
and see
get
the
away?
cursing birds.
Yeah, wouldn't
Yeah.
you want to get away from the family, dip out real quick, and go grab a beer and hear the cursing birds?
Yeah, and you're
That'd
like,
be fun.
sorry kids, you can't go, but I'll
Yeah.
tell you all about it.
Yeah,
It'd be
Dad's
funny.
gotta
Dad's
dip
got
out.
to go, and then while
Yeah.
Dad's there, he picks up a beer.
It's perfect. I love
Dude.
it.
So speaking of picking up a beer,
Missed opportunity.
if you can
yeah,
pick up this Lunar, man.
check it
Yep.
out.
Good
It's
transition.
Lunar by Celestial
Yes.
Beerworks. They do awesome beer in general.
Yeah.
So
Celestial does a
really
great job.
anything you can't go wrong with it. I think they're phenomenal. So check these guys out if you have the ability. They're awesome. And
Yep.
I appreciate them giving me the time to talk to them a little bit. I'll have the link to the interview in the description here, but I appreciate
Yeah.
you guys joining us today, and make sure to follow us on Untappd and Instagram at _Dudes&Brews. But
Yeah.
we're out of here.
It's good hanging out.
Peace.
Merchandise available, and this stuff is amazing. We've got a few awesome designs. We even have all new pint glasses and stickers. You know you want one of those glasses. I mean, you already drink a beer while watching the show anyway, so you might as well support the show and put your beer in one of our glasses. The link is in the description, so hit that link and pick up something from us today. Make sure that you use the code DUDES10 at checkout to receive 10% off your order. Again, that's DUDES, DUDES 10, the number 10, 10, at checkout to receive 10% off of your order. We appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode of Dudes and Brews. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever platform you're on, we're on there. We have a YouTube channel, Dudes and Brews. We would love if you would subscribe there as well. If you are subscribed and you want to help us out just a little more, unsubscribe and resubscribe again. It sounds funny and stupid and kind of obnoxious, all of the subscribing and resubscribing and stuff, but it helps within these little algorithms games for like climbing the charts, because again, we are organic
And we are where we are because of you guys.
Yeah, we really do appreciate your support. Shout us out. We really do love it when you guys interact with us, when you add us, mention us, put us on your stories, tag us, all that fun stuff, all the stuff the kids are doing. We like grabbing that stuff and we put it up for you guys. So we appreciate you so much. Keep having fun, drinking them brews, hanging with them dudes. Tune in next week for another episode of Dudes and Brews.